Welcome to our Tuesday Bake Along with Amanda JCC. I'm Lindsay Perkins and this is my daughter.
Hi, I'm Valerie.
She's Valerie. She's in 3rd grade. She is learning the Macarena because she would have been having her field day tomorrow. So they're doing a virtual field day and learning all sorts of challenges. So, hey everybody coming on in. Hi Karen.
Did it.
Welcome back. We're here, you're here, and we are so excited because today is the JCC's Giving Gratitude Day. We are thankful for you and for everything you've been doing, for supporting us and us personally each week in our bake-alongs and just in general for everyone who's taking part in all the virtual programming that the JCC has been putting on. Hi everybody, we are so excited too. So we are making chocolate chip cookie bars, chocolate chip bars. One of my favorites, I make this recipe all the time because it goes a long way. So you can stretch it to serve a lot of people, and I think that you're really gonna enjoy it. The dough is a basic chocolate chip cookie dough that we're going to bake in sort of a rectangle pan. Hi everybody coming on in. Welcome back. We're here. It's Tuesday.
Hi.
Coming at you live from West Hartford, Connecticut. And I know that there are many of you baking with us all over the country. That makes me so happy. And Valerie is in a really good mood today, which is excellent for me. And hi everybody. Hi Barb. Hi. Yep.
Who's Barb?
Hi Hershes, hi Golds, Mimi's in the house, my mom's here.
Hi Mimi.
So if you haven't baked with us before, why don't you, you can comment and just say hello. You can hit the like button just to say that you're here, you're watching. I would, love it if you interacted, asked questions, or just sort of give general support. Oh, there's a question, Valerie, will you be teaching TikTok dances?
No.
That could be another Facebook Live. I don't know if the JCC would approve that, but she's very into it.
I don't really know only a few of them.
Hi Heather, hi everybody. Thanks for saying hi. We're gonna wait just another minute or two until everyone signs on. And if you haven't preheated your oven to 350 degrees, this is a perfect time to do that. So get started. Oh, Barb, I'm so happy to see you. Go Wethersfield. Wethersfield to West Hartford. Hi, Michelle. Right, I was just mentioning that it is the JCC's Giving Gratitude Day, and we are doing just that for you. So the idea is, what we're gonna bake today, these chocolate chip cookie bars, if you have enough that you would like to share to show someone in your life that you're grateful for them, you can package them up, put them in a Ziploc bag, and deliver them, whether it's a neighbor, a family member, a friend, or the UPS guy. We're thankful for those guys too. One of the reasons why I picked this recipe, knowing that maybe people would be into sharing it, is because it goes a long way. So you can make these chocolate chip bars 1-inchers, which is what I always do to serve a crowd, or you can make them bigger. So Lily, they're gonna cook for about 18 to 25 minutes. And honestly, it's like a chocolate chip cookie. You can underbake these slightly and they will still taste just delicious. I wouldn't overbake them unless you prefer a crisper cookie. Oh, we've got Ashley Gonzalez in the house. Hey everybody. So we are going to get started in just a minute. Keep those questions coming. And Valerie, do you want to get on your step stool or no?
Sure.
We have washed our hands. We have our ingredients prepped. And you can grease the Pyrex. Yep, if you have a glass dish, that's actually a great question.
What's a Pyrex?
It's just that it's a name brand for a baking dish. So depending on what you have, you can use anything to bake these cookie bars. You can use an 8x8, a 9x9, a 9x13 rectangle baker. This one is this is a quarter sheet pan, so we're gonna do 2 of these. If you wanted to double this recipe and make double the amount, that works really well, and then you could do it on a half sheet pan.
Can you use a brownie pan?
Yep, brownie pan, do it up, yep. Or just if you didn't have any of that and you just wanted to bake it like a chocolate chip cookie cake, you could bake it in an 8-inch cake tin. I have a lot of these. Hello, Michelle. So I'm gonna just do this. I'm so excited everyone's here. We are going to get started as long as your ovens are preheated so that the oven is waiting for us. Oh good, Valerie, I like that height. She decided to step up on her step stool. So it's a beautiful day in West Hartford, Connecticut, and we are feeling grateful. So let's just do an ingredient rundown while everyone's filing in, and I hope that everyone has your ingredients spread out in front of you. I've sort of have mine a little stacked. So what we're going to need per recipe, so we're making 2 recipes. Valerie's gonna make her own batch. Each recipe, oh, hey Waxman's in the house, love it. So you're gonna use, what's that? You're just gonna sit there and wait for me. So you're gonna have 1.5 sticks of soft butter. So I just popped these into the microwave just at 10 or 15 second increments. And mine is perfectly soft. So we've got I have 3 sticks because I'm doubling it. So we need 1.5 sticks per recipe. We're going to have 1/2 cup of white sugar. My tubs are a bit big, so I'm gonna give myself a little more room.
Auntie Kenny's watching.
Oh, hi Auntie Kenny. Hello everyone. Yep, we love the tie-dye too. Our neighbors made this for Valerie
No,
because
I made it and they just kept it
Valerie made
so
it.
it could dry.
Right, so everyone is tie-dyeing things apparently. You can't even find the stuff in the store, so she's lucky to get her hands on our neighbor's product. Back to our ingredients. So you're gonna have 1/2 cup of white sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and this came up today. If you don't have brown sugar, just use all white sugar and you'll just watch them in the oven. They might come out a little more crisp, or you can underbake them for a few minutes like I would do anyway. We have 1 egg per recipe, 1 egg. We're going to use 2 cups of white flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. That's gonna make them puff a bit. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a little bit of vanilla, a teaspoon of vanilla, and the good stuff, the chocolate chips. So I had a very large bag of chocolate chips, so I pre-portioned ours out a little bit. So chocolate chips, it says 1.5 cups. You could go less, you could certainly go more, really to whatever your taste is. My son has already begged me to add more to my batch, so we'll see.
And we have sprinkles.
Right, so what's the sprinkles gonna be for, Valerie?
Top?
Mm-hmm.
The top.
Right, to
Just
top
sprinkle
them.
them on.
So once we get our cookie dough made and pressed into our pan, we are going to put a finishing touch, a little surprise of rainbow sprinkles.
The sprinkles on.
Right, you sprinkle the sprinkles on. Also, just another note, today's the first time when we're baking together that we are having a hand mixer or a standing mixer. If you didn't have either of those, just use by hand, because that is the original way to get baking done, just for when we're creaming the butter and the sugar and then adding the eggs. So if you have nice soft butter, you could easily do this by hand. Is it okay that we didn't prep the ingredients? Nope, you can just grab them as we're going along. Well, the question was, do I have a favorite type of chocolate chip? I do like the Ghirardelli. These are Toll House, Nestle Toll House, which I think are fine. Valerie likes milk chocolate. I did buy some Nestle, some dark chocolate. I'm not picky. I'm really not. I have brands that I prefer, and then I have Nestle.
Yeah, I like that.
We're not sponsored by those people or any chocolate chip company, even though I'd happily take that. So what we're gonna do, and we have a mixing bowl that we are going to get started. So the very first thing that we're gonna do, hey Valerie, do you wanna come back on?
I was just sitting.
What's that? No. I have my son in the back being a goofball, so he has distracted me, and I apologize for that. You can use salted or unsalted butter. I have unsalted, just because that's just what I buy. So you could use either. So I think we should get baking. What do you think, Perk?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so our very first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to prep our dry ingredients. So Valerie, I have 2 bowls here.
I'm taking this one.
Yep, and she's taking that one because I hadn't dried this one out yet. It's fine, Perky. All right, so we're gonna prep our dry ingredients so everything's ready to go.
Yes.
Here is a 1 cup, so into your bowl, actually can you do it into both of these bowls?
Yeah.
Just gonna do 2 cups of flour. It's okay, I filled this a little bit high, so here you go, honey. So 2 even cups, you can level it out. Very good. We're getting very good at our measurings.
One.
Hi, Abby. Oven to 350, Abs. 350. Abby is my friend from town.
2.
Yep, so 2 in each bowl, so 2 level cups. So the next, so 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So remember, I'm doing 2 recipes, so I'm going, and so just sprinkle that in. And if you hadn't already noticed, the allergies are crazy today. I'm literally going crazy. So I apologize. I am not ill. I am just feeling it, and I'm waiting for my mother to say, take a Claritin. All right, so we've got 2 cups of flour. That's it for our flour. So then we're gonna set that aside. So I've put oh, okay. So that's 1 teaspoon of baking soda into 2 cups of flour, and then a half of a teaspoon of salt. Now, if you're one of those people that you like a little bit of salty, extra salty, you can certainly add more salt to this. And every salt, so you just fill it up halfway.
Halfway?
But my point is, if you add a little more, it's
Like
okay.
this?
Yep, perfect. So now we have our dry ingredients prepped. And I'm gonna get this out of the way. Valerie, very meticulous. Very meticulous. You are goofy today. So then you can just you wanna take this measuring spoon and just stir everything up to a combine. Yes, those allergies.
Why do I know?
I never really felt them before, except until today. So I have to remember not to touch my eyes normally, and especially not when it's allergy season. So incorporate the dry ingredients together. So I'm gonna give myself a little room here.
Do you want me to mix this one too?
Yep, you can mix both up.
That's mine, so I'm putting it back there.
Okay, it's yours. So then what we're gonna do is we are going to get our butter. We're gonna cream the butter and the sugar. This is a very, traditional baking method where you're, thank you, honey. Why don't we just leave this back here? So you're gonna put 1 stick of butter in each bowl. And save those butter wrappers. It's very soft.
So soft.
I'm gonna cut this 3rd stick in half. Save the butter wrappers because that's what you're gonna use to grease our pans. So we've got 1 stick there. Yep. So just you can put it down right there.
Oh, this one's so soft.
So soft. So 1.5 sticks.
It feels weird.
Feels weird. Yeah, actually what I did is I took the butter sticks out this morning, left them on the counter, and then just a few minutes ago I realized they weren't quite as soft. So I popped them in the microwave. Okay, so here, Valerie.
Yep. Oh,
Now,
can I use these now?
Yep, so we're gonna reduce any sort of kitchen waste for this recipe. It's okay, we're gonna just divvy the 3 up. We're gonna
put it.
Yep, so I'm just gonna put it face down and start greasing my pan. You certainly could use parchment, but honestly, I've done it before, and
I'm so cold.
yep, it's okay, Valerie.
It's so hard to do this.
It is what it is. If you want to, certainly grab more butter if you need it.
I'm gonna use this one.
Yep. So use all that good stuff up, spread it down. Now there's certainly enough butter in this recipe. I don't anticipate them sticking to the bottom of your pan, but just to be on the safe side, give yourself a little butter.
Can I wash my hands?
Sure. Valerie's gonna wash her hands.
Yes, I am.
How much sugar? Yes, okay, so you're gonna prep into the bowl. Into your 1.5 sticks of butter, it's going to be 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar and then 1/2 of a cup of white sugar. Sorry, thank you for getting me back on track with the questions, that's good. 1.5 per recipe. 1.5 sticks of butter, yep. All right, so I am feeling very good about the state of these buttered baking dishes. So now I'm just gonna truthfully set these, so I'm not gonna put them in my oven because it's preheating. So I'm gonna set that aside. Now, Valerie, what you're gonna do, okay, good, let's pretend she's not here.
She's licking my
We've got our puppy, and she said she's licking Valerie's toe, but we don't need to figure that out right now. So Valerie, and let's get back to baking, honey.
Okay.
So we're gonna put in your brown sugar.
brown sugar. How much?
I already measured it for you because I had a brand new bag and I didn't feel like having it all squirting all over the place. So just pour it right in, 3/4. Yep. Right in my 1/2 of a cup. So as I was saying before, butter, sugar, if you didn't have brown sugar, that would be certainly no excuse to skip out on this really great recipe. So I'm gonna put mine in. And you know what I'm gonna have us do now, just for us? I'm gonna have Valerie, here we go. Do you wanna crack your egg?
In here.
She's just gonna prep her egg.
Put the eggshell.
You can put the eggshell back in here. It's so funny, you ask it every time.
I know.
Where do I put the eggshell? Anywhere. I'm gonna put them on my butter.
It's not cracking. Oh.
So we're cracking it into a separate dish. If you feel 100% confident in your cracking abilities, you can just crack it right in, but not yet. We're just prepping. We're gonna cream our butter and sugar, but once I turn the hand mixer on, it's gonna be a little hard. Okay, thank you.
And wash my hands again.
Yep, Valerie is all about it. Oh, thank you. Yep, you can have light brown sugar, dark brown sugar. Here we go. So I'm gonna turn my hand mixer on. I've had this baby for years and years, so long that one of the mixers falls out occasionally, so we'll see what happens. So in here, you're gonna cream your butter, your 1.5 sticks of butter, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So I'm just gonna start that because we have 2 and we're sharing. I actually prefer a hand mixer. I love my KitchenAid stand mixer, but it doesn't fit on my countertops because my countertops are low, and so I have to leave it in a storage space under my top here, and so I have to bend down, lift it up. It's quite heavy. So my hand mixer I use for most things if I'm just making a small batch or one batch. I hope you guys can hear me. All right, so we are creaming.
Am I creaming?
Yep, you're gonna start creaming. No, you don't have to use your finger. You can use,
Well,
use this.
I have to.
All right, so is there a question on the dry? Nope. So you're just gonna cream the butter and the sugar. If you did happen to put the egg in, that's fine too, because that's the next step anyway.
What do I put
The dry, just turn it on medium. The dry ingredients you're just gonna prep in your side bowl and leave it, because that's the last thing that we're gonna add. So you're creaming your butter and your 2 sugars into your main mixing bowl, which creaming just means incorporating it, and you're gonna just to incorporate the butter into the sugars. The flour mixer was just prepped. Yep, thank you, Erica. So we've got that. I've got my 1 egg, which is gonna be my next step. If you happen to have added your egg first into the sugar mixture, it's okay. This recipe is really foolproof. At any point, if you have added something in the wrong spot, just keep mixing it together and it'll all be fine. Promise. There we go. So Valerie is creaming her butter and her sugars. I've already creamed mine. She's got an interesting method here. She's doing the almost underhanded.
Oh, it's
Here.
slippery.
Oh, it's
Wash my
slippery.
hands with butter.
Oh. So we've got our sugars and our butters are creamed. I hope everyone is, oh my gosh, yeah, Erica, thank you. I am right with you, sister.
What?
My wonderful friend Erica is dialing in from Southern Connecticut to bake along with us today.
Can I put the egg?
Yep. And she helps me when I do my Greenwich Wine and Food demos every year, and she's a wonderful, wonderful friend. Yep, so you have your butter and your sugars creamed, and we're gonna add that 1 egg there.
I made a hole.
Yep, you can make a hole. You can honestly do whatever you would like.
Now I will get a fork and stab it.
You could do that. So we're gonna add the egg, and we're going to just add a splash or 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I just love the way the flavor of vanilla extract in chocolate chip cookies. It's just sort of that subtle flavor in the background. So if you can see what's going on, you're probably watching your own mixing bowls. But mine is now creamed, and it's a little bit lighter in color, and you can see how fluffy it is. Here, well, we'll switch, Perky. Here we go.
This is hard.
It is hard, that's why we're gonna use this. I'll take this from you.
Can you add this?
Yep.
Oh, now it's getting there.
All right, so we're just gonna cream this for a couple of minutes until yours is sort of light and fluffy. Oop. Thank you everyone for assistance on the comments. So we are going to cream, cream, cream.
This is heavy.
Here, do you want me to take over?
Yeah.
Okay. And truthfully, I have a little bit of the height advantage on Valerie, so if your kids are doing this and they're getting a little frustrated like she just was.
I'm not frustrated, it's just heavy.
Okay, so she's not frustrated, but it's just getting a little heavy. So, this is that. I'm just gonna scrape down the sides.
I'm scraping.
We've got our butter, 2 sugars, 1 egg, and vanilla in this bowl right now.
Boom, scraping, scraping, scraping.
All right.
Scraping.
I hope everyone is at this step, baking along, and your oven is preheated. You've got your pans prepped. And the next step is one of the last steps. It's going to be to add the dry ingredients. And you know what I'm going to do? Sort of a wooden spoon just in case I need it. So the very next step, did you add the egg? Yep, the egg is in, Barbara.
Okay. I made it on the middle.
Yep, so the egg's in, the vanilla's in, so that was the next step. After you cream your butter and your sugars, you're gonna add your egg and your vanilla. So that is where we are right now.
This one's mine.
And then we're gonna add, yep, so Valerie, do you wanna grab yours looks beautiful, Turkey. So then what you're gonna do, you can either choose to mix it by hand or if you have a hand mixer, you're gonna add your dry ingredients.
Where's the fork?
What's that?
Where's the fork?
Do you need a fork?
Mix it, yeah.
So you're gonna add a dry ingredient and you're gonna try not to get it all over yourself. And if you do, that's
Can I
okay.
add it in?
Yep. So we're just bringing the dough together.
Can I add a little bit in?
What's that? Yep, so you can, what are you gonna do, Valerie? You can add a little bit at a time and just stir it together. You can do it by hand. And this is where we're really getting our, Valerie Perkins back. Oh my word.
Your hand's covered in flour.
Yep.
You're spilling
I'm gonna use
everywhere.
she's got more on me than on her, so here we go. Oh, all right, so you just can you just hold this?
Yep. Okay.
And just sort of try and incorporate things. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna get in there with my hands because my bowl is a little bit shallow and I wanna just make sure I get everything together. So this dough, what I like about this is that it shouldn't be that overly sticky. I'm not trying to knead it here. I'm just trying to get the flour that's at the bottom of my bowl. If you're using a stand mixer, you're probably having a little bit of an easier time. And so I got my fingers in the process just because I wanted to make sure that I got the flour. You're gonna go underneath
Flour under there.
and just kind of get all the flour. So these bowls are a little bit too shallow for.
You're leaning in.
Yep.
You're leaning in.
Love those comments
What
and the
comments?
suggestions.
I don't
And
know.
also, since we're gonna be pressing it into
It's
here we
thick
go.
now. It's thick.
It's supposed to be thick. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add in your chips. How about I add mine in for you when you're like that?
Oh, it feels weird now.
It does feel weird now. So you can keep using your hands to mix it together. So remember, we're gonna be pressing this into a baking tray. So if it's a little crumbly, that's okay. That's what we're aiming for. And I have made a huge mess. So you don't necessarily want to form this into
Can
a.
I have the other chocolate chips?
Sure. I can't really say no when everyone's watching now, can I?
It's not all.
So mine is a little bit crumbly. That's what it's supposed to be. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to help Valerie for 1 sec. Oh, yours looks gorgeous. There we go. And if you creamed your, perfect, Valerie. Okay, so I'm gonna take 1 second and wash my hands and
Me
then,
too. Ah.
either depending on how. Yep, you could use either type of chocolate chips. Erica, you're hired. So I am going to, since the next step is we're going to be getting these in the tray, I'm just going to take a second and organize my workspace. I do have a couple of extra chips that I'm just going to divvy up. So if you are at the point where you've got your cookie mix and you've got your baking tray, I'm going to have you just take a few minutes and just organize and wash your hands and take a little time to clean up. And I'm going to use my little bowl scraper here, my bench scraper, and I'm going to give myself some room. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my hand mixer and get rid of this. Boy, we made a mess, Perky Perk.
That was not me.
Oh, she said that was all me.
No, I think it was not me.
I know what you said. It was not her. She wants that to be known. No messes out of my girl. Okay, so cleanup time, everybody, so that we can have a nice clean spot. I'm gonna put this up in my sink. Bella, do you wanna hop on and you're off? You wanna get on the screen and give everyone a wave so they have something to look at?
Hello.
Would you like to say anything? We were talking about when we were getting ready for this. Not yet. We're going to do that when everything's baking. We were talking about things that we were grateful for right before we started. Valerie, why don't you stop hopping and we'll just get up. I don't want you to get hurt. This could go awry with too much movement. Ooh, I love that idea, Georgia. A combo of milk, semi-sweet, and white chocolate. Oh, that's great. And I sort of meant to say that. I forgot to. Of course, if you can eat nuts, add chopped nuts. You can add other things. If you didn't have chocolate chips, just add colored sprinkles. You could just make sprinkle bars, confetti bars, which I love to do all the time. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to figure out the best way. So we're going to take our cookie mix. We're all cleaned up. And I'm going to just start. I'm going to squeeze it together a little bit, and you want to make sure all of your dries are incorporated. And we're going to just put it here. Valerie, do you want to start doing yours, honey?
What? Oh, sorry.
She is spacing out.
What, do I pour it in?
Yep, so you're going to pour it in. So I've got it on my pan, and then it is heavy. And then we're just going to spread it out, which is why it's better if it's not in a big mass. So this is almost like how you assemble a shortbread dough for raspberry bars or lemon bars. Yep, so what we're going to do is we're just going to, so I'm sprinkled it around, so I'm helping myself out now.
Sprinkle it in the corners.
We're going to spread it out, and then we're going to push it down. And I think I am going to actually grab a piece of parchment.
I know what you're doing. You're going to put the parchment, if you want to, on the crumble thingy on the tray, and then you're going to push down on the parchment.
Well said, Valerie. So why don't you say, you can talk them through what you're doing. So I've added some parchment.
I'm putting it on top of the cookie thingy, and then I'm just going to push down to make it smooth.
Right, so you could use the back of your your dry measuring cup, or the bottom of a spoon. I'm not of a spoon, of a cup. So if you didn't have parchment, you could use, honestly, the back of the butter stick. Just something so that it doesn't stick.
I'm using a spoon.
Yep, so 9 by 13. If you wanted to have a thicker bar, you could make them in a smaller pan. This would be good if you were making cookie cakes, because this makes a nice evenly spaced cookie. Once it bakes up, it'll all sort of level out. So what we're doing, Valerie, you are awesome. Oh. So mine's down like this, but I need to work on the corners a little bit. It's quite noisy.
Okay, so I'm just going to push down on the corners. That one's good. That one's good. That one's not good.
And you know what? You don't have to get too particular because once the the heat of the oven hits it, it will naturally, once the sugar starts melting, it'll start kind of filling up. Whoa! Look at Valerie's. Amazing.
Actually, I want to pick up the sides.
Yep. So you want? Oh, sorry. I don't want.
Are you just gonna push down like that?
I was just gonna go around, which I'm gonna do on mine, just right around the.
Like this?
Yeah.
No, now I don't have to push up the sides.
No, you don't. All right, so I hope everyone is pushing their sides down. Like I said, you don't have to be too obsessive about it because it will even out in the oven. If you wanted to have a rolling pin on top of the parchment, if you really were having trouble getting into those edges, go ahead and do that. Perfect.
Can I use a rolling pin?
No, how about I just go on the side? Because we want it all flat. Yep. And this is where my height comes in handy. All right, Valerie, this is good. This is great. So the last finishing touch, Valerie, is...
Yeah? We'll make it next week.
I'm gonna start talking about, as soon as we get these in the oven, I'm gonna discuss what we're gonna make next week, but I'm going to do the finishing touch.
Oh, I want to do that.
Is just a sprinkle of sprinkles. I'm not gonna go too crazy because I
am.
Valerie, I was just gonna say, I like to see the chocolate chips beneath, but I know everyone, oh, she's itching for those sprinkles. So mine are just moderately sprinkled because
I'm not doing that.
you can do whatever you like. You can make a whole wall of sprinkles if you would like.
A lot of sprinkles.
A lot of sprinkles. It's a sprinkle fest. And that's good because it also, it sort of just enhances what you're already doing if you're gonna gift these away because it's that extra little detail. We got ours. We're gonna get these babies in the oven.
Kelly.
Here we go. I've got my oven at 350, and so these are a thin bar. We're gonna just set the timer for 15 minutes. So bars in the oven at 350 degrees. We're gonna set it for 15 minutes, which is the first, and then we're gonna rotate it and probably go for another couple of minutes. So I am going to clear off my countertop.
Kelly.
Valerie, do you wanna let the dog out?
No, Kelly's just on.
Oh. We have dogs in the house.
No, don't bite me.
Shh, Berkey, it's okay. So I am gonna clean up here. I would suggest you guys do that too so that you can have a nice clean kitchen. I'm gonna put this stuff in my sink. Oh, there's a big fly flying around my kitchen. Okay, so I'm washing up. Valerie, up here we're gonna have a little chat.
Hello.
What do you think, Valerie? Didn't that recipe come out quite easily?
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone had the same sort of, aren't they so pretty?
Make
so
sure to
pretty.
smash the like button.
So if you're using an 8x8 pan, you're gonna cook, they should be pretty thick. So you're gonna cook them for a little bit longer. I would say, I wouldn't probably go past 30 minutes. So we'll do the first 15 and then you're gonna check on things. And then really it also just depends on the person too. If you like a nice underbaked, chocolate chip cookie in general, then you can just watch that. But I'd say for an 8x8, if they're pretty thick, you're gonna go at least, 25 to 30 minutes. I'm so glad this was so fun. Oh, yay, hi Molly. All my friends from West Hartford, I missed you guys so much. I wanted to mention something else for all of our West Hartford friends. If you were in the grateful mood and you wanted to share your cookie bars, but you didn't know who to share them with, my really good friend, the Waxman family, they're watching today. They baked with us every single week. Will and his mom and dad and grandparent in Maryland, I believe, they all baked together with us. They are going to donate their cookie bars to a local homeless shelter. So if you would like to do that and you live in West Hartford, they have offered to pick them up at your house. She's going to post her email address just for the length of this Facebook Live if you wanted to donate your cookies for a really good cause. And that would make me feel very grateful too. So I'm going to do that with mine, and the other ones we're going to gift to some very special people in our life. So thank you, Waxmans, for offering up that for us and for our community, and a really, really good deed if you didn't have anyone that you wanted to share your cookie bars with. And that's saying that you want to share your cookie bars. So now that you have this recipe, you can make them often and often. Also, we're going into Memorial Day weekend. If you just had red, white, and blue sprinkles, you could do that instead of the rainbow. That is the perfect, easiest holiday for all these summer holidays coming up, where we, celebrate America, our flag, our people, our military. That's a wonderful touch too. So I also wanted to say that this is the JCC's Giving Gratitude Day. Valerie and I made this sign. I think it might be backwards for you guys to read, but we are going to take a selfie with this, with our cookie bars, as soon as this program is over, and we are going to post it and tag the Mandel JCC, hashtag JCC Giving Gratitude, and we are going to say thankful for all of these things, and that we are so grateful for you guys for baking with us every single week. And the JCC has really allowed us to have and feel community these past 2 months, and we're gonna go into the summer, and we're gonna keep baking along. And I also have to say, to get back to Laura's question, what we're baking next week, so that's next Tuesday, there is a Jewish holiday called, I hope I'm saying this right, Shavuot, and that's a lot of holidays, including Jewish holidays, are centered around foods and traditional foods that symbolize things. So for this holiday, just for a couple of days next week, we are going to make, it's a holiday that one of the things that is celebrated is dairy, so we are going to make blintzes. And so if you've made the crepes with us, it's that same recipe, but all we're gonna do once the crepes are made is you make it's almost a cheesecake filling, but it's a little different. It's got ricotta cheese, a little bit of cream cheese, powdered sugar, and an egg, and I think either a pinch of nutmeg if you like that or not. So you make this thick filling, and then you roll the crepes in that, and then you saute them in butter so they get crispy on the outside. So we are going to do that. It is a brunch favorite, and if you've never made them before, you're going to love it. I'm also going to have the add-on of, I'm just going to show you how to make a quick blueberry compote to put on top. If you had strawberries or another fruit, you could also just drizzle them with Nutella or chocolate, or just eat them plain with powdered sugar. So we are going to do blintzes, and it's Shavuot. I hope I'm saying that right. So we are going to cook next week that recipe. So I really hope that you'll come back. And it's a long weekend, so we've got to really plan ahead, because Monday's going to come. We're not going to be in school. We're not going to be in cooking mode. So then Tuesday hits. So I hope that if you're at the grocery store, you just grab some cream cheese and ricotta cheese. So you can see us on Tuesday. So what we're gonna do now, I would toast the coconut. Ooh. So yeah, so hopefully everyone's excited about blintzes. I certainly am. And Valerie is stepping off. Are you coming back? Yeah. Oh, she's going to, oh, she's going. She'll be back. She doesn't want me to tell you where she's going. Shavuot. Shavuot, thank you. I'm sure I'm not, Shavuot. Shavuot. So yes, we're going to make that next week. Spread the word. The JCC already has the recipe, and they're going to get that out. And so what's going to happen is I've got about 8 minutes left on my bake. I'm going to keep chatting for a few more minutes. I would love for you to hang out and bake with us. I would love for you also, if you have the wherewithal and you are a social media type person, and you want to say thank you to the JCC or to someone special, you can make a cute little sign, or I printed this off the website, but you could just honestly make a sign. It's an unselfie. And also, on Thursday, this Thursday night, the JCC is doing a Facebook and Instagram Live with this wonderful woman named Talia Pollock. She's a JCC family from Avon. She grew up going to the JCC preschool, and she has this very interesting cookbook and sort of lifestyle called Party in My Plants, and it's fun to say. And she also has a lot of really healthy recipes, and she takes the she just shows you how to eat healthy and make fun and have fun with it. So that she's going to be on the JCC's social media channels at 7 p.m. this Thursday night. I am totally going to watch and see what this local woman, who is now a famous cookbook author, has done with herself, and they're gonna have a great Q&A session. There's an option to make a kombucha cocktail if you're into that sort of thing. And any plan to make all these recipes into a cookbook? Mark, that is a great question. I don't know what will happen. I think after I was thinking about that earlier today, about when this time is over and when I ultimately have to go back to work, so I won't be able to do these live Facebooks on every Tuesday at 1 p.m. when I have to actually go to my office. I am working, thankfully. I don't know. I think we're going to all look back at this time in years from now and say, wow, I can't believe everyone puts together like this, and we just sort of got through this time. And so, yeah, I think maybe some sort of self-produced, very low budget cookbook could certainly be in the works, especially if not an online one with pictures. And so that's a really great idea, and I love that. Yeah, Valerie would like to come on and show our puppy Coco, who she's our very first bake along. She was just born, and now it's 8 weeks later.
Okay. She's heavier.
I'm only gonna hold her because I'm in my own kitchen and I'm around my own food, and I wash my hands. What's that? So this is Coco. She's 8 weeks old. Hi, Robin. Hi, Shares. Cute puppy. Yeah. She's actually going to my parents, but we were lucky enough to be able to nurse her because my puppy Callie is the mommy. And so, okay, Valerie's gonna have her. Yes, so nothing makes me feel grateful, and that was one of our things that Valerie put. We're grateful for pets, and they really, she's a mini golden doodle. So we're grateful for pets. I put we're grateful for our friends, our teachers. We're grateful for our family. Food, of course. Water was Valerie's wonderful addition. And we are absolutely grateful for the Mandel JCC. So that's great. So cute. I know, we could just sit and watch the dog all day, and that's really what we do. So there's lots to think about as we head into this holiday weekend. All of our parents out there who have been doing double duty, triple duty, working, being a parent, being a teacher, and we get Monday off, and I am happy about that. I really am. So I know all of you guys hopefully are feeling a little bit of relief too as we approach the summer and I think 4 more weeks of school. So we know we've certainly worked hard, all of us sticking together for these past 8 weeks. So we will be really enjoying our summer. 3.5. Every school has a different sort of end date. Oh, I love that. Abby, I'm so happy to hear about your mini golden doodle. I want to hear about that later offline. So yeah, so your cookie bars, I'm going to peek in.
I'm going to peek in.
Oh, you have a brown lab named Coco. See, this was the original. Coco was supposed to be Cocoa Puff because she is, you know, chocolatey brown, and now we just call her Coco. But Cocoa Puff is her full official name.
Which one's the name?
So I'm going to peek in.
Stop it.
Valerie, it's okay.
Keep my butt.
Oh, everything's looking good in the oven. And another thing about sprinkles is they are that interesting material that they do not melt. So the sprinkles will stay fully formed on top of the cookie bars. And I love seeing everyone's popping on and watching. If you do have to step out, all you're gonna do is just finish baking your chocolate chip cookie bars and just don't overbake them. And I think that would be my one piece of advice for you. So if you do, oh, do you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Oh, shoot.
Valerie has a 1:45 Zoom.
Goodbye.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
So she's gonna go off to learn, and she did a what? Valerie, what was the book that you?
Counting the Stars.
She's presenting a book report that she did in that wonderful book. No, I think it's called Counting the Stars. It's
That's what I said.
Follow the Stars.
So it's Counting the Stars.
Counting the Stars. She's doing
It's
a wonderful project.
No, it's Number the Stars.
Number the Stars. That book that we've all read.
Stop it.
Valerie, please.
That's on my foot.
So she did a wonderful project about this book, and I say for a third grader to be learning. Bye, Dalton. Bye, LaFrancis. Number the Stars. Thanks, Monica. We've been so obsessed with and absorbed in this book, and her project is beautiful, and it really, really is moving, and I'm so happy that she gets to go to a school where she can learn things like this and, you know, remember. Read it and loved it. I love that book. Yep. So it's great. So we're all learning together. I'm a master of second grade math and third grade language arts, as they call it. Jenny is 15. Great book. It is a great book. So Number the Stars, and yeah, so I'm happy to see everyone here, and I really wish I could look into your kitchens and see how everything's going. You're probably glad that I can't look into your kitchen. But if you do have to pop off, I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to take us just to the next few minutes to the first 15-minute check and do a rotate, show you what that looks like, and then I will let you. Bye, Waxmans. Good luck. Good luck. We'll see you soon if you have to step off. And so that will just be in another minute and 43 seconds. So I just am so excited about our recipe next week, the blintzes. I am excited about watching and sort of virtually meeting Talia Pollock. Wonderful JCC event on Thursday at 7 p.m. I don't know if I mentioned that. Just if you follow the JCC's Facebook page, it'll just automatically pop up in your feed and you can choose to come on. Thank you so much, Elisa. Thanks for coming, everybody. And again, just a huge thanks to the Mandel JCC for creating this format for me and for Valerie and for all of you to kind of stay connected. And I think every week I learn something new about you know, putting myself out there, and I think it's great. Oh, I'm glad they smell so good. I love the Finks. That's great. Thanks, Sophie. Thanks for baking along with me. And so if you want to share your pictures, you can find me at Lindsay Culinary on Instagram and Facebook. You can also obviously share them with the Mandel JCC. So at Lindsay Culinary, I'm going to post what mine look like in my Instagram stories after. And that's other great way to stay connected and share recipes and talk food, which is what I love to do on my Insta. So that's great too. So yep, thanks for sending all those hearts and those care emojis and all of your comments. And oh, I was at 18 seconds left. Thank you so much. Oh, Caleb and Blythe, hi. We had a bit of disaster, dropped an egg. Oh boy, oh boy. I hope you're not feeling stressed now, Angela. Kitchen disasters are all part of the process. I hope everyone is all right and over in your kitchen. I'm at my first, ooh, look at these. So I don't want to burn myself, obviously. So at the 15-minute mark, mine have come out, and I can see the sides are, I'm not going to take them out too long because I don't want to be here all day. So I'm just rotating, and I'm going to rotate Valerie's, and hers look amazing. And as you can see, so when I cut into these, I'm going to make these in 1-inch little bites. So I bet I'm going to have 5, 10, 15, 20. I bet I'm going to have about 40. If I do 5 by, I'm going to have 40 pieces out of that. So you guys can decide how big or small you want your pieces to be. But if you are serving a crowd, go smaller, especially if you're going to bring this to an event where there's already a big dessert table. Cut them in 1 by 1 little pieces, and then they look so beautiful on the tray. So that's it. Oh, best class yet. Thank you so much. So I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to say ta-ta, and we will see you all next week for, I'm going to call them blueberry blintzes if I can get it out. Have a wonderful, well-deserved long weekend celebrating Memorial Day, and reach out to me on social media at Lindsay Culinary. Follow the Mandel JCC. Another 15. Oh, good, Monica. I'm so glad you said this. I'm going to put mine in for another 7. Don't do another 15. Oh, I'm going to put mine in for another 7 because I don't want, now I'm going to do 7 and I'll probably rotate it and do 5 and then I'll just watch. So thank you so much. They do look so good. Send me your pictures, Abby, and all of you guys. Send me your pictures, and we will see you next weekend. Have a great day. Enjoy this beautiful weather if you're in Connecticut. We deserve it, and hopefully you can get outside and get some vitamin D. So thank you. So Caleb dropped the egg, not Angela. Oh, got it. So thank you so much, and I love reading all of your comments when I sign off, so I will see you soon. Thank you. Are your pans 9 by 13? Yep, my pans are. Thanks, everybody.